Welcome back to the Aura podcast. We have a special guest with us, Kennedy. Thank you for coming on the show.
You're welcome. Nice meeting you, Yvonne. How's it going?
It's going very well, going very well. You're definitely one of the harder guests to get booked because you're so busy these days, because you do a
Can
lot
I
of
say,
work at
man?
you work at the GLC, all that good stuff. Tell me a bit about how's your summer been, your summer spring semester.
My summer has actually been pretty fun. I wouldn't say it's it's the best of them all, because I'm working tons, man. I'm working like I'm talking like 35 hours a week, like, and then I still like work out and then school and then and I have like other like every day is like there's an interview I have to attend. Like I'm new to this kind of stuff, but so just like no time to breathe. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
because
definitely still very nice.
yeah, and also you've taken on the role of residence counselor, so you added something else to your plate, on top of being a work and all
Yeah,
that. But we'll get to that in a moment. I just want to go back a bit into your story because I don't think we've never had this conversation about,
yeah.
how did you come to Algoma University, and I know where you're from, but I don't know how you got here. So tell me a bit about your story.
Okay, so I did my like most of my high school. I actually did all of my high school in Nigeria because that's where I'm from, Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
Lagos. And then I moved to Canada in I think 2016 or 2017. I can't remember properly, right? And then I had to do a little bit of high school for like 3 years. And then I did my high school back in Hamilton. That's where I go back on and off, like when I if I'm not working, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I did my high school there, did my 10, 11, 12. And then I applied to so many universities. I got Laurentian, I got Algoma University. I think I applied to Lakehead. I got Lakehead as well. But then again, I
Oh,
also
big
applied
guy,
to funny.
huh? Big guy.
Yeah, it's funny. I also applied because I moved with my sister, right? I
Mm-hmm.
applied to Winnipeg, but I got that as well. My sister got like a full scholarship, right? So my sister told me to come along with her, right? And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, sure, like, wherever family goes, I'll go. Like, it's better
Mm-hmm.
to be together and stuff like that, right? But then because I didn't know Canada that properly, right? Then I went to do my research on like the city and all of the fab. I'm telling you, I'm seeing minus 50 degrees like every winter. I'm like, I was like, nah.
How much older is your sister? Is she younger or older?
My sister is younger than me. She's like 2 years younger than me.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. So are you the eldest in the family?
Yeah. I'm the eldest in the family. My brother is with her right now as we speak. Like he's in U of M.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So, you look at the temperature, obviously you see Winnipeg is beyond cold, but
No,
Sault Ste. Marie is cold as well. So,
I'll tell you, I honestly didn't know.
oh
Like,
wow.
because I was coming here and I was like, yo, I can't wait to come. Like it's still based in Ontario, right? And also like my
Yes.
friends there are also based in Ontario. Like I didn't want to be too far from them. Booking
Mm-hmm.
flight ticket and all of that. And I was like, nah, you know what? And then Susan was just like 8 hours drive. So I was like, okay, like why not? I'm telling you, I didn't know it was like that cold. And I came in 2019, right? And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, that has been the coldest I've been. I'm talking about snowbanks that like reaching my head level, and I was like, whoa, like I didn't sign up for this, but then
Mm-hmm.
again, the people of the city, the people friends I made are absolutely wonderful. Like it wasn't what I was expecting because I was like, yo, what is uni life like? Like I'm moving to like a different place entirely, like where I know not a single person. You know what I'm talking about? So
Mm-hmm.
like I thought it
Mm-hmm.
was gonna be hard, but trust, like the people I met, amazing. Like and just like that, I started building up, like it was amazing. So that's how I got to Algoma, fam.
Yeah, because I feel like you fit right in. You would think
Yeah.
you were here this whole time, and I think you and I we must have met. I think would it be my third year or my second
I
year?
think it was a pleasure.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
during those years, and I never saw you before that, but I'm like, but you already had your your group of friends or whatever. And obviously, I think there's a good community of I don't even want to say just Nigerians because it's really a lot of
Yeah,
Africans that are here, and then automatically it's interesting because even though I'm born in Canada and all that stuff, at the end, at my core, I'm still, from Congo. So,
yeah,
so it's easy for me to also, start hanging out with the group, getting to know the guys. And it's a very interesting mix. And I feel like, I don't know, give me your take on this, but the African community at the Sault Ste. Marie campus it's a great community. It's fun, guys, and
yeah,
really all the Africans. It's very easy for a lot of us to get together, talk about our culture and all these things.
yeah. So like when I got here, the first friend I made was I think it was Cash, like Kennedy as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like they were sitting down together on like this table in the speakeasy, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then there was, if I remember clearly, there was Cash, there was Rish, there was I think Emmanuel and Leon and Leo, and then Anna Petit as well, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to get some food to eat, like, cause I was starving, and then like all of a sudden I just hear my like someone like yo, like where you from? And I turned and I was like, yo, Nigeria. And I was like, yo, I'm Ghanaian, da 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 da. And it was just
Mm-hmm.
like a whole lot of fun. And Rich told me he was from Trinidad, but I was like, yo, like I like he was like the first Trinidadian I met. Like, cause I didn't know their behavior, so I was like, like, cause I like when like a fellow African brother, you know how to like vibe and
Yeah,
stuff, but
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like Rich telling me was from Trinidad and was like, and me never like meet any Trinidadian like ever before. It was just
Mm-hmm.
like the same positive energy, you know what I mean? So it was just like
Yeah.
all fun. And then I met like from our president of president Yahaya. Like he came
Mm-hmm.
up to me. That was the funniest. That was the funniest way I ever met a human being. I promise you.
Of
He
course.
he came up to me and he was like, "Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?" I'm like who is this guy? Like like, and then he
Yeah.
started telling me like all sorts of stories, and then it was all jokes, man. And then I met Yeman. Yeman, he told me who was the goalie, and I looked at his eyes. I was like, "Fab, there's no way this guy is goalie," I was like,
And then you see him
"Yo,
fly.
yo." When I came to the first game and I seen him fly, shocking. I was like, and his performance that game was absolutely stunning, amazing. Like, so like
Mm-hmm.
meeting the Africans, and like they also introduced me to like other folks. I was like, yo, like Sault Ste. Marie is just a wonderful place to school for me, especially for like Africans. I can't lie,
Mm-hmm.
like, everyone,
Mm-hmm.
because everyone is like welcoming and everyone's just like, no
Mm-hmm.
negative vibes, just all positive and stuff like that. So it was amazing. I can't lie.
Yeah, and I feel like to some degrees, like we all have like each other's backs, which is very interesting because it's refreshing being
Yeah,
having that type of brotherhood. So in a sense, I know they've had some club. I don't know if I think they've had events for like Africans, Black people and etc.
yeah, yeah. I
At
kind of.
Sesame. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm hoping there's like there's a club, so that we can vibe and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that's honestly one of the things I'm working on as a resident council. Like I already started on my job already. I got like a message from this lady. I don't know if I'm allowed to disclose her name.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got an email from her, right? And then to be honest, I'm being very honest because like we just go into power, right? I'll say
Mm-hmm.
power, right? Like teams era, like me being councillor, Katie being women's affair. So I honestly forgot I was resident councillor, right? So I got this email and this person wants to speak with me, and like she puts her number in the email. In my mind, I'm like, why me of all people? Like why me? And I tried to like put the math together. I was like, I couldn't still find why. So I
Mm-hmm.
give her a phone call, and she's like, "Hey, Kennedy, nice to speak to you." I'm like, my mind, I'm like, I don't think I know you, but I was going with the
Mm-hmm.
flow. And then she's like, I'm the resident councilor, right? And then it hits me. I was like, oh, I'm the resident councilor. That means she actually wants to plan something. And though she tells me she wants to plan like an Akano event, like a light Akano event. So like that's already something I'm working on. I've spoken to
Mm-hmm.
Tim, the president. I spoke to Marisa. I just have to. The only thing I'm working on right now is the place to have the events, because
Mm-hmm.
she wants me to let people on residence know, like, yo, there are actually more Black people here, right? Because I stay
Yes.
in the new res, like I stay in the new res, and
Mm-hmm.
I've met like lots of new Black people, and the
Mm-hmm.
first question they always ask me is, yo, Kennedy, are they like other Black people? And I'm like, yeah, we definitely have like
We're a
lots of
lot.
Nigerians, lots of
Yeah.
Ghanaians. They just out for the summer. So like when she came up with the idea, I was like, yo, this is a fantastic idea, because then
Mm-hmm.
we'll get like a location, have like a mini kind of event, everyone meets each other. It's just be fun. And I'm actually like, you just have to do some paperwork. Probably do it at the townhouse at the, what's it called? The quad.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just have to meet Idiko, get some paperwork done, and
Mm-hmm.
let us know, like, you know, this is exactly how it's gonna done. Provide drinks, provide food and stuff like that. Let people
Mm-hmm.
meet each other, you know, like make it a fun time for like the African community. You know, that's one of the things I have to check off my bucket list.
Yeah, well, tell me a bit about why you decided to run for residence counselor. It's a very peculiar position, but I think you've been on residence for some time, so you've seen the good and you've seen the bad, so you have a pretty unique take when it comes to that.
Yeah, honestly, like I said, when I came in 2019, right? The first place I stayed was the townhouse, and I stayed with a couple of diverse people. I stayed with someone from Pakistan. I stayed with someone from India. I stayed with someone from Saudi. Right, so it was a fantastic environment. Everyone was just friendly and stuff like that. Right, and then
Mm-hmm.
I moved to New Res. No, I moved to another townhouse with like some African folks, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Tolu and some other some other friends, right? And then I moved to New Res, and everyone kind of left. Like, we all moved to New Res, and everyone left. So I've just been on Res for a couple of like a while, right? Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
the resident life is amazing. It's beautiful. They always have something going on, like events and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I decided to run, I don't know, like living on Red, I was like, yo, like I've been here for a while. I actually feel like I have to also like contribute something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also I figured out some things were kind of, just few things were just lacking. Like if I want to print out, let's say I have a document I want to print out for schoolwork tomorrow, and I'm doing my assignment at like what like 12 a.m. and like I want to print out like or photocopy a document, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no printing, there's no printer on the rest, both townhouse,
Yeah.
old dorms and new dorms, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
so I just felt like if I come on, like if I become the resident counselor, I could provide stuff like that, because obviously the RAs are not gonna be in the office 247. You know what I mean? They're also
Yeah.
students. They have to sleep. They have to go do the schoolwork. They have to go take care of themselves, like provide stuff for them. So they're also students. They're not like robots. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. So things like that should be provided somewhere in the resident building. Also maybe like fountains, like for drinking water, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know so many people that even myself, I have to go out and buy bottles of water, like even in the
Yeah.
speakeasy, bring
Yeah,
to rest.
I see like the guys, some of the soccer guys,
Yeah,
they buy like the big packs,
yeah,
and I'm like
packs and
the
packs.
amount of plastic they have in their room is unbelievable.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm also trying to avoid that. Probably even get like probably put out a paperwork to get like a fountain installed in rest. You know, like little things like that to provide like resident life a bit more a bit less struggling
Yes.
for the new folks and people that are coming on residence. Like other than that, yeah, like is honestly to continue the good work my previous lads have been in. So that's
Mm-hmm.
honestly it. So just minor projects like that. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously to be part of ASU, like because the ASU body is just, it's just beautiful. I love it. Like so, and I love
Mm-hmm.
things like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And even I'm thinking about the fact that now we're transitioning a bit towards kind of regular life on rest because there was a period of time, obviously,
Yeah.
we have COVID and whatever. So, how do you also, as a residence advisor, listen to the people in residence? Because I'm sure they have concerns, COVID and everything. There's a lot of restrictions. Restrictions are coming on and off. And as we move towards taking maybe some off, I don't know. But like, how do you do that transition? How do you can people like come to you and talk to you about those things? Like, what is a
Oh
process between
yeah.
you and the other residence people?
Oh yeah. 100%. So when because the number one rule of residence, right, so right now is the mask policy,
Hmm.
having to wear your mask like everywhere. I personally, I know it's annoying. Like even myself, if I'm being very honest, I forget to put it on sometimes, and I have to
Hmm.
run back from work because if I'm gonna be on res, like every single corner you're at, you have to wear your mask except in the
Yeah.
room. Just
Hmm.
to first of all, is the law, and also like to prevent like the spreading of the virus. So when
Hmm.
I go out and I meet like new folks or like other resident people, and they come like, yo, how do you like, yo, when is the mask gonna end? When is this gonna? I personally do not know. I do not know, and
Yeah.
I told them I honestly do not like it because I don't think
Hmm.
anyone likes it, especially now where like everywhere you go, the mask policy is gone off. Like you don't have to wear masks to be in certain places, but the rule of the residency, you have to wear the mask. I know it's pretty
Hmm.
annoying, but we have to stick with the rule because like that
Hmm.
that is. And also for like other folks that come and tell me, oh, especially like the beginning of the COVID period, right, where people couldn't like mingle and stuff like that, right?
Hmm.
I got some text from some people I used to hang out with. Like I mean, I hang out with them right now, but I'm talking about like during the COVID period where we couldn't hang out, right? And then they're just like, oh, my mental health and stuff like that, right? And I was like, mental health is very important, right? So I just sometimes even with schoolwork, and I didn't have anything to do other than schoolwork, so I would just FaceTime, have like a little conversation with them just to keep them, just to have like an environment where it seems like I'm there, but
Yeah.
I'm not actually there. Just to have
Hmm.
them like happy and stuff like that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So like
Yeah.
that was also like a major thing, like speaking to people over FaceTime, you know, just basically having to communicate with them one way or the other, just to keep their mental health stable, right?
Hmm.
Um, and other people that come to me for advice on res. At that time, I wasn't the resident counselor, but because of how long I stayed on res, I
You're a
basically,
veteran.
I learned and I knew so many things. But obviously, to do something in order, there's hierarchy. You know what I mean? So there's an
Yes, of
RA,
course.
and then there's the Don, and then there's like the executives and stuff like that, right?
Hmm.
So obviously, like when I get like questions, I give my opinions, and I
Hmm.
obviously is the right one on how to do things, but I also let them know you go meet the RA, like the RA on your floor, talk
Hmm.
to talk to him, let him or her know this is your problem and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, like during that COVID period, it was severely tough. But I mean, it was tough for not just the people on res, but everyone are like around the world. But
Hmm.
we just had to push through, like, and just stay strong. Like that was like the only thing pushing me and able like giving me the morale to push others. Like that
Hmm.
was like my major rule. Like just keep strong and keep pushing. So at the time, everyone just like they picked up. They were like, okay, this is actually good. I kept
Hmm.
FaceTiming, keep texting, keep talking, and then
Hmm.
yeah, like that's how we all went past through the COVID period.
Hmm. And I'm curious, what's your program in university?
Computer science,
Computer
computer
science.
science.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
interesting. So after university, what would you like to do? I know some people they take a program, so they like the program obviously, but sometimes they want to venture into some different things. So like give me a bit so just people could get a taste of what you like to do on your free time. What are your hobbies? What would you like to do after, when you're done university? Because I believe you're going into your last year.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so tell me a bit about that. Just as we end the episode, I just want to get paint the picture of who Kennedy is.
Yeah. So I mean, you kind of know me a little bit in the sense of I love playing soccer because we're teammates. So
Mm-hmm.
in my free time, or like in my free time, I usually go play soccer. I don't game that often. I game just a little bit. Like I play video games a little bit. Um, after school, I honestly have lots on my mind, lots of things I want to do,
Mm-hmm.
not only in my field, but also outside my field, kind of like in the media type of field. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly have a knack for acting. I love watching movies and stuff like that. So that's where my love for movies started coming. Love
Mm-hmm.
watching movies, love watching series. So the cinema side, I also have like an interest in, like, right there. I play different types of sport also. I play like soccer, volleyball. I wouldn't say I play
You
basketball. I play a little bit of
what?
basketball.
You
Calm
play
down, yeah,
you play
relax.
soc you play soccer, stop. Then you want to do you
What
like
do you
the
mean?
arts.
Fab,
Doing the
listen,
volleyball? Come on, man.
listen,
Come on,
Fab,
bro.
Fab, you want to know something? Volleyball is actually my first sport.
That fam, we all have my first
I'm
sport's
not, I
karate.
used to be the,
My first sport's karate. I don't do karate. Like it doesn't. I
no,
don't
no, no,
care
no, no,
what's your
see,
first
listen.
sport.
Listen. Me and you, we are different. Just let's just keep it like that. Yeah. So
Oh, no.
I used to actually be the captain of the volleyball. It's funny how today,
We
after
can
this
we can
podcast,
all be captain when there's only five guys on the team, man. It's not that hard, man.
my God,
It's not that hard, man.
you want to know something funny? After this
What?
podcast, I'm actually going to have some friends to play volleyball at White Pie. You want to do?
Where do you guys play?
Someone, I think Jeremiah texted me. It's just like they got a call at White Pines. I don't know. I've never been there before, but so they plan on going to play volleyball. I don't know, honestly, man. So I also swim. I honestly lots of sports, lots of sport. I'm a very sporty
We
person,
all
but
swim. We all swim. Doesn't mean we're
yeah, but the body is getting kind of old.
yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta calm down a little bit. So people tell
Mm-hmm.
me I'm funny, but I honestly don't see it. But people just say I'm funny. I mean,
Yeah,
I try.
I don't know what they
You
see,
it
to be
just I don't
honest.
know.
I don't
I don't know. I don't
understand.
know. I don't know the things I can say on this podcast, but I know for sure that you are a hater. I know I can say that for sure.
Okay. All right. So let's end the podcast with this, because I know you like cinema and you like shows. Give me your top three, shows and movies. So you have to mix it. You can mix it: two movies, one show, or two shows, one movie, up to you. But just some three things on people could go watch, and those are your suggestions, basically.
Oh man, this is hard. This is actually really hard. No one has ever asked me this before, but the thing about me is at that moment I'm having like so much feelings about like a show or
So you're
what's it called?
biased. Yeah.
So I kind of, but right now, my number one, the first thing I'll recommend to anybody is to go
Mm-hmm.
watch Ozark. That's the
Yes, of
first thing
course.
I
Of
would
course.
recommend to anybody. Yo, if you're not watching Ozark, I don't know what to tell you. You just
Mm-hmm.
seek Jesus. That's what I get. That's like like
Yes, no,
go watch that
100%.
show, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. I also watch
Mm-hmm.
anime. I don't know how many people, but I will include anime. But just to put that out
Mm-hmm.
there,
Mm-hmm.
Great Gatsby is like
Is
part
that
of
good?
my. Oof, trust me, it's so good. It's it's
Mm-hmm.
it's 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 really good. Like it got me thinking a lot, to be honest. And I love
Mm-hmm.
DiCaprio and
Yeah.
McCartney. Yeah, so Great Gatsby and man, The Gentleman. I can't remember much, but those are the three that came up to my mind straight.
What is
The Gentleman.
what is the gentleman
It's
about?
it's like kind of like a UK movie. On McCogney is like a tycoon that that I don't know how to explain it, but the storyline is really good.
Okay.
It's more like a gang. It's more like a gangster type of thing
Mm-hmm.
where reveals his kind of source of income, or he
Mm-hmm.
wants to. Yeah, okay. Basically, he's the biggest. he's like a kingpin, right? He's like the biggest
Yeah.
boss, like yo, everyone fears this guy and stuff like that, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
he's like, okay, I'm tired of this life. His wife is like, yo, you gotta come back from this life, right? So he knows if he steps down, he's gonna get
Mm-hmm.
like people come, you're gonna get people coming after him, right? So he has a major plan. He sells out his stuff to this particular person, and this person has like another plan, another motive to like kill him, and then it just backfire. It's amazing. It's a nice movie. But those are my top three, and it's also like the two greatest, or to me, two greatest actors of all time, McConaughey and DiCaprio. So
Mm.
that's what I put out there. So Great Gatsby, no Ozark,
Ozark,
Great
Great
Gatsby,
Gatsby, and The Gentleman.
and it's funny how the three of them are all on Netflix, so you can just
So it's easy to
go watch
watch.
them.
But
Yeah.
these days Netflix is hiking the price to 15.99.
Yeah, if I had 150 people, goddamn.
Yeah, now now people are starting to leave Netflix. It's
Yeah,
not surprising, but I'm still there. So, all right. Well, thank you for your suggestions. Thank you for coming on the show, and I definitely want
no
to again
problem.
do this in person when when we so we could kind of usher in the new fall semester coming. But obviously, this is our summer series just to catch up with everybody. And yeah, thank you for coming on, and thank you everybody for listening to the Aura podcast.